Hey guys, Jeremy here from School of Wok Covent Garden in a very noisy School of Wok. We still have drilling next door. I'm sorry about that. It's Wok Wednesday once again, and this week it isn't a wok. We are deep frying, spring rolls. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Meaty spring rolls. I mean, there's so many different ways you can flavour a spring roll. As I often say, you know, if you're closing a dumpling or you're closing up a pastry, whatever you put inside doesn't really matter. Like classically for Chinese spring rolls, you might have a bit of minced meat, a load of different veg, kind of one of those leftover dishes. I've got some carrot here. I just like to make it nice and colourful, as long as they're thin enough. Most importantly, I am going to cook this mince pork along with the carrots and the harder veg before I use the filling for the spring rolls. But once it's cooked, if you are using a cooked mixture, it has to be sort of allowed to cool. And actually, I like to strain it. So sit it in a sieve, because what you don't want is too much moisture inside that filling that then sort of breaks through the pastry when you're deep frying it. Chinese leaf is always good, or any sort of cabbage, green cabbage, white cabbage, pak choi, anything that's quite hardy but has good moisture to add to the filling. Nice fine slices. The spring rolls, the type of thing I used to do when I was at uni or with my mates, you know, get everyone involved, because it takes one person, you know, a good hour or so to make, let's say, I don't know, 30 to 40 spring rolls, but with sort of 10 people in there, all making sort of 3 or 4 each, is very quick. Yeah. A bit of garlic. The garlic's there to cook with my mince. A couple of cloves is fine. Nice and roughly chopped. Start your wok clock with your garlic. And I've got some red pepper here. May as well use it. Again, nice fine slices. It's always best to slice your red pepper with your skin down, because that sort of waxy membrane then doesn't sort of act as a guard to your knife. And then spring onion, just to throw in with your bean sprouts at the end of the sort of wok cooking of the filling. So I've got my washed bean sprouts here and my spring onion. That's for the very end. I pretty much would just sort of fold that into the cooked meat and veg. I don't want your sort of bean sprouts to lose their crunch, but I just want them to sort of wilt a little so it's easier to fold into the spring roll. So I've got some minced pork here, a little bit of light soy sauce, sesame oil, and a pinch of sugar, your classic Chinese marinade. But then I'm actually going to make a sauce for the spring rolls a little bit more Thai flavored. So I've got some oyster sauce, some fish sauce, and some palm sugar here. That's going to flavor that stir fry. So I've got my marinated pork, my sliced vegetables, I've got my bean sprouts and spring onions for last. I've got a sauce that I'm going to quickly make up now, and that is just a couple of spoons of oyster sauce, a couple of tablespoons of fish sauce, and then palm sugar. Let's go for one first. I don't want it to be over sweet, but I do want to balance out that saltiness with the palm sugar. Going to get a fair bit of moisture come out of the vegetables, as I said, which is why I've got my sieve ready and I can start cooking. This is very, very simple wok cooking, nothing crazy here. We're just going to sort of stir fry my meat, add my garlic and my vegetables, sort of cook it through, but not for too long. Sort of once the vegetables in, no more than an extra sort of minute or so, because I want to keep the crunch of the vegetables in the actual spring roll when I bite into it. Nice high heat in the wok for my pork mince. You can turn the wok down slightly once the mince has gone in, and then just start to sort of chop into it and separate it out. This is a serious School of Wok recipe here. My wife always says that I smell like a spring roll when I come home. Our customers love it. But hey, deep frying, perhaps not something you want to do all the time, but it's nice for a little treat. So we've got our minced pork pretty much cooked through there. Just push that back. So that excess fat and moisture we'll use to cook up, but I don't want to put that into the spring rolls if I can help it. Garlic in, carrot, that is smoking up. My cabbage and my peppers. Bring that mince in together with that. I'm on a high heat now, so I want that moisture to evaporate, and especially when I'm adding this sauce. So the sauce is going in. So just to remember, that's your oyster sauce, fish sauce and palm sugar. Smells delicious. So the last thing you're going to sort of fold in is your bean sprouts and spring onion. I'm going to switch the heat off now, and that can go straight in. And just to sort of fold that in, and that will wilt those bean sprouts quite quickly, just from the residual heat. Okay, so you're going to take your mix. It's got plenty of flavour. Just sit it in that sieve. And so you want that to cool completely, and actually possibly even chill it in the fridge once it's cooled down before you start making your spring rolls. You can see now my spring roll mix is allowed all the moisture to get dripped into the bowl, but it's still got flavour. It's dry enough to roll and not break the pastry. So you start with your spring roll pastry diagonal to you, and then you go straight over the top, and then you start to roll. And you roll your pastry till it gets to the centre. At this point, you're going to bring the sides in. So nice and tightly, bring one side in. Try and keep it as sort of uniform shaped as possible. Bring the other side in. And if you've got a little bit on the end, just tuck that over like so. So I've got my sort of envelope of pastry here. That needs to be stuck somehow. So the Thai way is to use a bit of banana. My banana drawer. And your banana is kind of like a bit of Pritt stick. So you just run your Pritt stick, your edible Pritt stick, over the top. For those who don't know what Pritt stick is, I think across the sea it's a yoo-hoo or something like that. Right, and you keep rolling, and every time you roll you tighten it a bit more. So roll it, tighten, 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 until you hit the end. And you can see there, I've kind of not quite tucked that in enough. I'm going to do that there. There you go. Right, so my spring rolls are made. Now when you're making you're deep frying your spring rolls, you want to sort of get it to a good temperature, but your oil, your deep frying oil, wants to be slightly cooler than 180. So you're looking at around 160, 170 degrees. I can see it's fizzing there, but it's taken about 10 seconds to fizz up like this, so I know that I'm at a good heat. If it fizzed immediately, then I'd be almost too hot. The reason for that is I don't want the pastries to sort of burst open if I can help it. And they'd only burst open because we've got that sort of extra moisture from the vegetables inside the spring rolls. So sort of medium heat on deep frying. And you can see that it's got a light bubble, nothing too crazy, but it is hot enough to immediately seal the pastry. Remember, everything in there's cooked already, so it doesn't really take long to cook up. You're just kind of crisping up the pastry and reheating what's inside. So I guess I kind of like to call it controlled deep frying. You can see it's not excessively hot. It's just the right temperature to cook that pastry through and crisp it up. 3 to 4 minutes and you get to this nice golden brown finish. No bursting. I've done a good job. So my spring rolls, nicely fried. I thought I was being really clever there. Ta-da! A little bit of sweet chili sauce on the side, ready to serve. So, crispy spring rolls. Great crunch, good flavour, just enough to wrap around the meat and the veg. If you like this recipe and you want to learn more, spring rolls, dumplings, wok frying, whatever it is, don't forget guys, subscribe to our channel.